the following renewal they would have been forced to sell. But these are big things. Like, and I'm worried about them because they're older, and it's like you don't want that to happen.
I had a
So
phone call this morning with a guy, crazy situation. You know who it is, TK. He's about to get power assailed on his property.
Mhm.
He's got like way too much debt on it. He's got a bunch of illegal suites throughout the whole thing. Like he's got stop work orders from the city on this thing,
Yeah, yeah.
and they're threatening to go power a sale. And he's like, I don't care. Like, take the damn thing, power sale. Good luck to you with this thing. Because,
Yeah.
like, imagine the lender who's already like, this lender is already way
Regrets.
overextended on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, like too much risk. And they've got to deal with all of that. And all of that just doesn't go away with like an application and some drawings. Like,
No.
it needs ripping the building apart and redoing stuff and undoing stuff, and it's such a nightmare. It's crazy the stories that are happening right now. And so this guy like listed a bunch of times, couldn't get it sold. And actually, if you're do you know who I'm talking about,
Yeah,
TK?
yeah.
Yeah, so do you remember before COVID he had a
I remember the
firm
deal.
deal
Yeah.
that fell apart right before
Encroachment.
like
It was encroachment.
closing, right?
Yeah.
Some bullshit reason, which was totally legit, but like for him, it was bullshit.
Yeah.
And this has just been a nightmare forever for this guy. And now it's like coming to roost finally because he's like 2 weeks away. And he's like, I don't know what to do. What do I do? I go, did you try and sell it again? He goes, well, no. I'm like, well, why don't you try and sell it again?
Yeah. Might not be the option that's going to work best. I mean,
I
in
don't
those
know what
situations,
works
you stop
best.
making payments,
Yeah, he just
you
did.
collect all the rent still, and you wait until the sheriff comes.
This is
And you take as
exactly
much
what he's
money
doing.
with you as you can possibly take.
But
Yeah.
then what?
then you're
Then
like
they'll sue
me.
you after they sell for the rest of the money that you owe them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
I have a property, an industrial property that's currently in power of sale. I put it in power of sale because I'm the lender on it. And that was an exciting process. So, but
Industrial condo,
no, industrial,
like
like
freestanding.
warehouse. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it hasn't been pretty. Changed the locks November 14th.
Yeah.
That created, like people talk about these things like, oh, I did this, but the amount of heat and things that happen on the back end, like imagine you're running a business, somebody's changing the locks because you haven't been paying your rent or your mortgage and whatever,
Yeah.
however many months. It's in industrial, it's a little bit quicker. It's like 36 days and I can go and change the locks and stuff.
Yeah.
But then, stuff's missing, stuff's stolen, like things like that. So it's a big headache, man. There's a lot of stuff. And for me, it's obviously my first time actually going through it myself.
Hmm.
It sucks, but this is the new norm, man. This is the real estate market kind
This is
of.
what you got to be prepared to do if you're a lender.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't think it's all like
Yeah.
unicorns and rainbows here.
Absolutely not. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you have to be prepared. You have to have the staying power because, industrial is not going to sell. It's going to take, 6 to 12 months. I have
Yeah.
it listed with a commercial broker and stuff that specializes in that stuff in that area.
Yeah.
And it's been slow. It's been very slow. And I mean, I expect it to be slow. And then in the meantime, who's paying the property
What's
tax
the
and the
what was the
insurance?
loan to value on it?
I'm gonna keep that off the, yeah, we're not gonna talk about it
It was
here,
a
but
Not good.
high
Yeah. So
interest loan.
that's the thing is, right? Yeah, these
That's why
loan to
he did it.
values.
the loan,
But
so it wasn't anything predatory. Everything was like market rate. Everything
no, I
was,
know, I know. I'm just saying because what happens is usually like all the ones that I'm dealing on now, it's like there's just no equity left anymore in a lot of these places, and so it's like, it
we're gonna
didn't
take a
exist.
haircut. We're taking
Yeah,
a haircut,
yeah,
yeah, on
it
the
didn't
equity.
exist when the loan was being issued. It was just like when the markets come down now, and then however many months they are behind, you're adding up all this interest.
Yeah,
Different
You got
rent
arrears,
levels,
then you got all
different
your
land.
judgments and legal fees and
yeah,
everything to get to power sale. And it's just like at the end, it's like I can see now why guys that Darryl deals with, they're all like 55, 60% loan to value. Like they don't want to touch nothing because they just like it's just a risk factor on like the bigger deals that they
Right.
just
yeah.
can't tolerate, you know?
And then so there's the equity, the debt to equity ratio, but then there's also what these people can do to the property while it's in their possession that you have no clue about that could have detrimental impact, right? Especially with
Yeah,
these industries. What if there's an environmental issue? Good luck now. Are you
sure.
doing phase one,
Yeah.
phase two? Like what's happening? So it's
Pouring concrete
it's
down the drains and stuff.
yeah, like
Yeah.
anything, like well, yeah, pouring your oil down the drain or something like that. It's part of it, man. It's again, it comes with the territory. For me, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's been interesting to say the least. But yeah, there's lots of sleepless nights because you're dealing with stuff like this on an ongoing basis.
Yeah.
And then you have that, you have actual client deals, right? And the client deals, to me, those are close to me because obviously I want the best result. And you're carrying a lot of their stress on your own shoulders, right? Because you're worried about them. It's like especially the reverse mortgages. I know I did one. I think it was last year. And I think that if we didn't sell by a certain date, the equity chew out, like they were going to take another 300K they wouldn't lose the house, but they would basically accrue about 150K in interest on top of it. And ultimately, it would erode something like $300,000 worth of equity that was in the home. So the following renewal, they would have been forced to sell. But these are big things. Like, and I'm worried about them because they're older, and it's like you don't want that to happen.
Are you looking for the best merch store on the planet? Well, we got the shit for you. Coming in at low prices where we barely make any money off of whatsoever, you can get the greatest real estate merchandise on this platform. Just look at this very flamboyant man putting on this great stuff. He looks great, he's dancing great, and boy does he look sexy in that merchandise. I tell you, buy this for anybody, you buy this for yourself. You will be not only repping the greatest Canadian real estate podcast in this world, but you will also be looking hella good doing it.